Social conditioning. A month ago, I made a video talking about vibes and other random things, and how we are kind of controlled by them. After some more thunk, I realized that this phenomenon was far more deeper than I could ever expect. It all came down to this idea regarding social conditioning. Now don't get me wrong, social conditioning helps keep the world in order. Without it, I don't even know, dude. But although social conditioning helps prevent the world from exploding, it can also be quite destructive to one's goals and success sometimes. First thing I'm gonna bring up is coffee. And tea, of course. Just think about it, how many people would actually enjoy drinking coffee or tea if it didn't have that stereotypical vibism cultural view attached to it? There's just something about coffee and paper, and plants, and rain, and productivity. I personally drink coffee and tea not because they taste amazing or anything. In fact, coffee and tea are both bitter without sugar, and with sugar is unhealthy. I drink it because they both give off this calming vibe that helps me stay focused while I'm working or reading. Where does this vibe come from? I never sat down one day to read and been like, you know what would go really well with these dry books? A good old cup of coffee and some biscuits. Yeah, hit me up, dude. No, of course not. I got this idea from the content I consumed and the coffee and tea culture of Western societies. As you can see, culture can have a significant impact on how our society functions. How do you get a bunch of people to go to a building, sing a bunch of weird songs, look passionately solemn, and read this gigantic book of boringness every Sunday? Culture. And food. How do you get people to sit under a tree for eternity and forget their own existence? Culture. And some better food. How do you get a group of people to hate another group of people that did nothing to them, so much so to send them to torture camps? Culture. It is the single most powerful way to control people. Why else would nationalism be so popular and successful? In fact, the ancient Han Chinese managed to control a huge area with many different ethnic groups by military power, yes, to some extent, but more so by synicizing them. In fact, 99.69420% of our decisions are influenced by culture. What you doing? Drinking bubble tea. Why that? Because culture. What you doing? Going to Japan. Why? Because culture. What you doing? Going for a run. What you running from? Culture. What you doing? Going to this weird university in Boston. Why? Because culture. What you doing? Making a YouTube video. Why? Because like everything we do is influenced by culture. Instagram, smoking, Jordan shoes, rap, Fitbits, I don't know, bongo cat. They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so clearly it is impossible not to be influenced by culture and social conditioning. Just take a look through some Discord servers and try not to be swayed into playing some of those games. I guess the reason why people are swayed by others, especially if everyone around them does something, is because 1, it is much more intimidating to do something everyone else isn't doing and to do it on your own, and 2, because you will be viewed as a person against the norms of society and have a very hard time fitting in. Let's imagine life is a path that splits into many forks. If you're walking with a group and everyone in the group goes left, saying that the right path is dangerous and has no value, would you follow them, or would you judge for yourself? Although these days it seems that following your own heart is the best way to do things, you would feel very lonely going on that path by yourself. And what if the others are right? What if the right path is very risky and boring? Despite you knowing to always follow your heart, it is also important to consider what others say, as they might be right. I think the key ideology to take away from all of this is to understand the importance of 1, having their own independent thinking in life, and critically thinking about the definition of success and happiness. Because the road everyone is taking might not take you to where you want to go. However, it is still important to consider what others are doing and learn from both their successes and failures. This ultimately will allow you to make the best decision that suits your goals in life and allow you to achieve your own definition of success. Alright, bye!